Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right.
It's obviously something that is very close to society's perception of what it means to be a real man, right? A man's ability to perform sexually is linked in their mind and society's mind with how much of a real man they are, which is unfortunate because it causes a lot of people to be reluctant to share their challenge with their partner and their doctor. When I was 17, I experienced erectile dysfunction. I had a partner of 4 years, and I'd never told anyone, and I immediately knew that it was going to affect our personal life together. The experience of that is, part of what has motivated our entire team to solve that issue for people, because it's just such a highly undertreated condition, stemming a lot from the embarrassment. Sometimes people go off their medication as a result, or they'll purchase counterfeit medication online, which contains printer ink, paint, floor wax. We strongly recommend that each person that uses Roman gets a blood test so that we can start the process of identifying if there's any underlying causes. And we will review and analyze those blood tests for free. We have a dynamic online visit that collects the information that a physician would normally collect in person. Symptoms of ED, their blood pressure, really tries to cover both their experience but also any contraindications.
Guys are kind of raised a little bit like you sprain your ankle and you just keep walking. Doing things that are about your looks feels kind of like materialistic to a lot of men, but in reality, they're looking in the mirror every single morning and every single night, and they're going like, they're doing this, and they're like, oh no, is it getting worse? And it has a really big mental effect on their day, their self-esteem, how they're doing at work. When you come to Hims, most of what we're linking you to actually is not our products, but it's articles that our physicians have written. We've got a huge team of writers that help us essentially identify the key questions that guys are Google searching, at 2 a.m. in their bed. Hims is really investing in the educational platform, and that's where we're pushing guys, because that's kind of step one of this whole thing.
Erectile dysfunction is the man's equivalent of a car's check engine light. Check engine light comes on, and we know that something's wrong, but we're not really sure what until we speak to a physician. It's difficult in person often to broach the subject. It's more difficult in person to ask consecutive questions about it, right? It's far easier for someone to answer it on their phone from the comfort of their home.
These products have been around for decades, and they've been FDA approved, and doctors have been prescribing them, and they work exceptionally well. The problem is the pharmaceutical companies have been branding them to these guys like essentially walking on beaches in white linen pants, and they're like all 65 years old with white hair. But when you're in your 20s and you start losing your hair, it's really terrifying. And that's just been such a big taboo of, oh, I shouldn't have to be worrying about this until I'm 60. It's like, no, in fact, actually, this is the perfect time to start worrying about this and taking it on.